So that's how that. So that's where Paul was at. Now once he knew what was going on, things. I mean, just I know what he felt. I know what he felt like when he first got this understanding. It's a real incredible experience, and you really can't tell anybody about it. You can't explain it. You know, it's like having uh, probably like a football player, a beginning football player. You know, you never played the sport before. You go out on the field and you just get knocked to the ground every single time you stand up, and you know, and everybody's just blowing you away. And then you go to the sidelines, and then all of a sudden, bam, just like that, it all comes to you. Wow, now you go right back out on the field and you're running touchdowns, you know, every time you get the ball. You know, you just know how to run. You just know where to go. You know the holes. You know how to get around the end, and you just know how to do things. So, you know, it's something like that. You know, and it comes at once. Right away it starts coming in. I went from nothing. It was on a Saturday afternoon when God came to me, about 1:30 in the afternoon, and you know, that right there was an amazing experience. He had come to me many times, but he never asked me for my life before. He'd come and said, you know, ask me for my life. Will you give me your life? He said. That's exactly what he said. But by then, my love for him had grown so much that I would have done anything for him. If he told you to climb up the Empire State Building and did a swan dive off the side, you would do it. That's how much love you have for him. That's how much trust you have. So when he asks for the life, take it all. There's no hesitating at all. It's just take it. Everything you can possibly have. I'm yours. And that was quite a, it wasn't really a feeling, it was just an experience. Oh. And then, right after that, I was down on the floor for my last forgiveness session. 8 of those things I went through. They take quite a while. You cry hard for a long time. And it's a real deep, it's such a deep cry, it feels like every part of your body's crying. Your whole body's crying. It's not just like a baby crying, it's your whole body. And that's when he's changing your genes, genetic code or whatever. That is just, and then you come out of that, well then he comforts you. And how does he comfort you? He gives you knowledge, gives you understanding, and lets you know that I'm going to be okay. You know, you're going to be okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just something you have to go through. Kind of like that. It's just you get peace after that. A couple hours later, I started getting this pain, my lower right side. I thought it was appendix attack. And then I also had a stomach problem there for a little while, so I thought maybe that was it. It was a burning sensation. I thought that was, so I didn't think it was anything strange. I just wasn't feeling that good. And then I had it all that night, and the next morning I woke up, same thing. Didn't go away all day Sunday long. And that day, later on that day, I went on the internet. I just gotten on MySpace, few days earlier, and so I was on there. I had finally written something. I wrote a blog, first blog I ever wrote in my life. I'd never written anything in my life, you know. One letter to my family about trying to explain the end times to them. That turned out bad. But this is a blog, you know. It's about sin, and so I wrote about it, and I had the few friends I had, probably 4 or 5 or 6, I don't know, they really liked it. You know, it's really turned out good, they thought. Well, so much for that. The next day, I woke up with this buzz everywhere. My whole body, chest, it's like a vibrating, warm, just hard to, it felt so good, it was unbelievable. Everywhere. But it was, well, it's a unique experience, is what it was. About an hour later, I started thinking some thoughts. Different than what I've ever thought before. I didn't know what it was, but it wasn't the same as who I was. You know, it was thoughts I'd never thought before. I'd never ever had them in my mind before. And so this is going on for a little bit, and then God came to me, and He explained what was going on. He said, "This is me. This is me, and we're coming in. You know, we're giving you these. This is us, the thoughts. This is us right here. You know." And well, then He started working with me that whole week, teaching me how to write from this new understanding, from me, from my new thoughts. So that's what we did. And that week I wrote 9 different pieces, 9 different writings, and all different things. And by the end of the week, I was doing them on my own. He was in me, and He was giving me the words, but I didn't have to He dictated the first 3. Dictated it. How did He dictate them? Put the words on my tongue. Yeah, 3 words at a time on my tongue while I was typing them. So I never knew what I was typing until I was done, and I'd read it, proofread it, see if any mistakes were made, and then I would reread it to see what was in it, and that was the only time I knew what was in it. Otherwise, I was concentrating on those 3 words at a time, and we got through a lot of writing that way. Well, anyway, this tape is almost done. Yeah, I'll do one more.